and Mamona also to move in. So 3 to go forward here for the running of the Asahi Superdry Manion Cup. And Alalcance was brave on pace, winning when resuming. Previous race, Zach Lloyd aboard Mirror Mount Buller. Coming up the fence in the straight. Zach here on the well-fancied Birdman, who's drawn pretty wide out. All set now. Racing and jumping quite well off the inside, Listotchka. True Marvel is there with Cleveland, then came Diablo Bolt. Now wide out, Our Anchorage is going into a forward roll. And they're followed then by Birdman, who's just dropping in there in the white cap, but caught 3 wide early, Birdman. Then Athabaskan on the fence from Cleveland. Francesco Guardi in the second half of the field and wide. Further back then to Mr. Waterville on the inside of Mamona. Valiant King 3 wide. Just easing back a little bit. Straftay and Manzois are the last 2. So Alalcance will take the running clearly now at the 1800 metres. And it's the favourite in front of Alalcance by 2 lengths. Our Anchorage goes to second. Diablo Bolt drops down on the rails. And Birdman has been able to get into 4th position. 1 out, 1 back. So that's been a pretty good piece of riding there from the wide gate. The second favourite is up running 4th as they head to the back. Then Listotchka on the rail, half the outside there in the white cap at this point is True Marvel. They're followed then by Athabaskan from Cleveland, Mr. Waterville, Francesco Guardi covering a bit of ground on the outside of Mamona. Then came Valiant King, Straftay and Manzois is the last one. They're at the halfway mark now, 1200 to go, and Clark sitting pretty quiet on the leader here. Alalcance leads the way by 2 on Our Anchorage second, then Diablo Bolt, half the outside to Birdman, 2 off to Listotchka. They're followed by True Marvel, a length and a half then to Athabaskan in advance of Cleveland, Mr. Waterville, the rails, then Francesco Guardi, Mamona, then Straftay, Valiant King, Manzois the last one, at least a dozen lengths off the lead, so the pace has been genuine from the start, and Alalcance gallops them along by a length and a half to Our Anchorage, then Diablo Bolt given every chance, a half the outside to Birdman, 2 further back then to True Marvel under the pump, Listotchka the rail, now Athabaskan being revved up midfield, Cleveland getting to the outside, but Alalcance starting to open up, turning for home in the Manion Cup, and race 3, 4 in front to Our Anchorage. Birdman on the outside is being sealed up, just laying in a little bit, giving away 3 lengths, so Alalcance at the 275, 3 in front. Birdman goes to second, Athabaskan to third, but Alalcance has galloped these into submission with 150 to go. Nothing can get near him. Athabaskan flashing home at the end was Cleveland. Alalcance, different class. That's been a great staying performance. Straftay charging home at the end. Might have grabbed second in front of Athabaskan right on the post. Then Cleveland. Well, Birdman didn't see out the trip. Further back, Mr. Waterville from Diablo Bolt, Listotchka, Manzois, Valiant King, Mamona, True Marvel, Our Anchorage, Francesco Guardi last. Oh, Alalcance, that's been a big, big win. Right, it'll stay all right. Alalcance galloped them into the ground. Tim Clark for Gay Waterhouse, Adrian Bott, the Irish import by Master Craftsman out of Alabama. As I was saying before the race, one on heavy going at the Curragh. Very dry track here today, so handles all going, all distances so far. What a brave front runner. Alalcance, heavily back favourite, winning for fun. Now, Straftay's come with a big run late, number 10, in a photo for second with Athabaskan. Very tight for second. Cleveland will run 4th, just in front of Birdman, who was pretty plain in the straight, didn't run out the trip. 2:28.64 the overall, 34.47 the last 600 metres. There's no numbers in the frame. It's pretty tight for second, pretty tight. Just wonder there with Birdman whether the track's too firm. He just didn't let down. He wanted to lay in under pressure. Maybe he needs wet, so probably don't give up on him completely during the carnival. Athabaskan's clung on to second there. Placings are 6, 1, 10 and...
Look, she's just a winner. She's incredibly tough, and once she sort of gets out into that rhythm that she's got, she can stay all day, and that's the exciting part about her. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing her relish as she gets up in trip further, and obviously on a Sydney Cup campaign, and she seems to be right on target.
Yeah, so 2 miles, no worries?
I don't think so. From everything that we've seen from her in her races to date, her pedigree, just her pattern, obviously she was getting stronger the further they went today, so I think she's going to tick that box quite easily.
How are your slipper runners for later today?
All seem in great shape. Been happy with the lead-ups that they've had going into it. It's been a faultless week, so they're here in good order and just going to need a bit of luck in the run.
It takes a little bit of time to get into stride that first 100. It's about the only nervous times throughout the race, really. Once she gets there, she's going to sit against you a little bit, but she just wants to gallop. She just wants to free roll, and she's just got such a big action, covers the ground so well. Thought she'd really trained on from her first up win, and thought we saw that today. She was very dominant.
In the enclosure, I didn't notice her get worked up like she did today at Randwick.
Yeah, I think the couple of times I've ridden her away from Randwick, she seems to get a bit of a sweat up. Back at Randwick, not having to travel, she's a bit calmer, but obviously it doesn't affect her performance, and she's definitely on an upward spiral.
2 mile?
Yeah, I think she'll run that out on her ear.
Well done.
Thanks.